Game Master Tips, number 23. Never say never. Hey, what's up, Chumbas? Before I get into this episode, let me first say thank you. Thank you to everybody that is subscribed to Cyberpunk Uncensored on YouTube. At the time of recording this video, we broke 2,000 subscribers, and I'm really excited about that. I can't show appreciation enough. I just gotta say thank you. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It really means a lot, and it continues to grow. I've been monitoring, since it broke just a couple days ago, and it's just on a steady path. I'm continuing to post content almost daily. We're live streaming gameplay, interviews. I've been launching new series, all kinds of stuff, and it's just been getting great feedback. And again, all I can say is thank you. I really appreciate the support. Also, to everybody that's been supporting my Patreon. I just launched that not too long ago, and I've been getting great feedback there. I put a bunch of perks and cool things, and been getting a great response there. People have been supporting it and joining, and it means so much. I can't say it enough. Thank you. Seriously, it means a lot. Okay, that being said, let me get into this episode. This episode of Game Master Tips is all about full player agency. Let me bring that up. And that's about basically giving your players the full freedom to live in a real open world. You know, your campaign, your gameplay should be an open world. That's role playing. And, if you're railroading things too much, it's just not going to be fun for the players. It's not going to feel like a true open world. They're not going to have, full player agency. And you want to give them that. You want to allow the players to do what they want, when they want, within reason. When you set up your campaign, you might have certain things in mind. I've gone over this in other Game Master Tips episodes about campaign building where, maybe your plot has to hit these certain key points or locations, or they have to talk to these certain NPCs. They have to find these certain key points of evidence. Maybe they have to fight their way through this. They have to talk their way through that. Then they have to go find that. And, it might not always work out the way you plan it. Players might decide, I'm not going to fight that. I'm going to talk to them. I'm going to fight them. And I'm not going to find that item. I think I already figured out what's up. I'm going to go straight there and to the end or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, things can definitely go down different than you have planned. And the idea here is to roll with it. Basically, never say never. If the players want to fight these people or talk to these people or romance them or ignore them, just never say never. Let the players do what they want. In the real world, you have free will. You can do pretty much what you want when you want, within reason. There's laws of reality here, but you live in that reality, and it's an open world, and you feel it. It's real. And that's how the game should feel. It should be as close to reality as you can get. Now, keeping in mind, cyberpunk is a dark dystopian future. Some things are, beyond our current realities, I guess, in science, cyberware, certain things. But you get my point here. I'm talking about the players being able to make decisions for their characters and do what they want. And you as a GM rolling with that and basically never saying never, If they want to talk to that NPC instead of fighting them, let them talk to the NPC. And I have an episode of Game Master Tips. I'm going to put the links to the quick response, the positive negative episode I have, and the NPC one I have in the description. I might link it here in the video frame as well, because those are important here. Because when the players do that, when they decide all of a sudden they don't want to talk to him, they want to fight, or they don't want to fight, they want to talk to him, and it's not what you have planned, there's a couple things you can do here. Roll with it. Let the players do what they want. They should be able to fight or talk or ignore or whatever. But if you're stumbling on the reaction and what to do because they did something that you weren't expecting, check out that positive negative video. You can quickly kind of decide, okay, at least my reaction is going to be negative, or it's at least going to be positive based on what they're doing at this moment. Or check out that NPC. I shouldn't say and check out that NPC that video that I made for the Game Master Tips on NPC building. And, if that NPC was built proper and it has depth to it and character and it has actual motivations, it won't be hard to react to whatever the players do, because whatever they do, kind of, at least the basic structure of what that NPC believes in, what it's motivated by. And I say it because, it could be a female, male, whatever, non-binary, who knows. But that NPC is basically supposed to be like a real person. And if you built it properly, you would know how to react. And even if you stumble up, like I said, you can do a whole positive, negative roll and quickly at least get a forward motion in your decision making in that sticky moment when the players do something you didn't expect. But regardless, the main point here is go with it. Whatever the players decide, give them full player agency, allow them to do whatever they want, and just roll with it as long as it's, within reason. And that brings up my next point, that it makes fair sense. A player, if they're on a rooftop and instead of, they want to avoid battling security on their way down, or the elevator broke or whatever it is, and they're waiting for a ride, and instead of, it's taking too long, and instead of fighting or this or that, whatever, they decide, you know what, I have a great body stat, I'm really strong, I have cybernetic arms that do extra damage because they're strong, and I'm just going to flap them really, really fast and hop off the window and kind of flutter my way down. And there's certain things, you give them full player agency, but it's got to be within reason. It has to make fair sense. People can't fly like that. I mean, granted, full disclosure here, you're the game master. It's your game. You might have that allowed in your game, and that's fine. It's GM discretion there. You can do whatever you want. But you basically, you want to try to keep it within, I guess, the reality, or have it make fair sense within the campaign or the world that you've built. But give them full player agency. Allow them to do whatever they want, but within reality, within whatever makes fair sense within your world, within that gameplay. And then, within that, maybe they still want to do it, even if it doesn't make full fair sense and they make a bad decision, go with it. Still allow full player agency. Maybe it was a good decision, maybe it was bad, but no matter what, that brings me to the next point here, which is rewards and repercussions, which is basically, the reaction. Regardless if it's a living NPC and you're kind of rolling with their motivations, their characteristics and all that. Maybe they avoided a location, or they went to a location that you thought they were going to avoid, or they took an item you didn't think they were going to, or they avoided it when they were supposed to take it. Whatever happens, you gave them player agency. They went a different direction than you were planning, and it still made fair sense, so it still took place and happened, and now here you are. Rewards and repercussions. That's how you kind of deal with that. You add balance that way. If they did something great and it worked out, you reward that. Like, oh, that's clever. I wasn't thinking that, but it works out. And I did the positive negative. It was positive. That NPC's motivations actually align with what they're trying to do. It makes sense. Or that location, man, they had great rolls. They broke in, even though I wasn't expecting them to go there. I have to allow it because in the real world, that building has doors and windows and they were able to get in. And, you go with it. It makes fair sense and you reward it. Or there's repercussions, like humans can't fly like that, even with the strong cybernetic arms. But okay, I'm telling you that, but you're still gonna try it and whatever. Okay, you're taking damage from the fall. How many meters was it? Calculate the damage. Okay, maybe even you broke some legs and now you got a critical injury or something along those lines. You have some repercussions for the bad decisions. You have some rewards for the good decisions. But no matter what, you allowed the players to make those decisions. You gave full player agency. And it makes the game so much better. So that's the whole point of this. Just a quick little Game Master Tips video to just explain, never say never. Always say yes, give full player agency, as long as it makes fair sense, within reason, obviously, and then just fall back on your rewards and repercussions based on what they did. But no matter what, give them that full player agency. They'll appreciate it. You'll appreciate it. The gameplay will be so much better. So anyways, there you have it. If this video was helpful to you, which hopefully it was, give it a like, give it a share. Make sure you subscribe to Cyberpunk Uncensored on both YouTube and Twitch so you don't miss any of the live gameplay, interviews, tutorials, new series that I'm putting out, all kinds of stuff. We're also featuring other GMs with gameplay, 2020, Red, join the Discord, just all sorts of great stuff going on. Check out all the links in the description, and hopefully I'll see you again next time. Take care.